Good day everyone. I'm at the Eureka Stockade Memorial Park. It's on a busy road. Well, there's speed cameras always on that road there, so whoever wants to speed will probably get a nasty surprise. I'm walking on the main entrance, which is off Eureka Street, and we'll go to one of the monuments here. It's a nice day today. It's 26 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Someone on a motorbike going fast down the road. It's holiday time and people don't realise this place is absolutely one of the speed camera hot places. Anyway, a bit of a look around here. At this monument here, you can have a bit of a look-see. There's steps in front of this plaque, so I don't want to fall backwards. So you can have a read of that. You can freeze frame it and have a read if I go too fast. It's very hard. I'm looking at this back screen in the sunlight. I'm using an iPhone. I have an iPad, but I'm not using it. I'm using an iPhone. So up there, Eureka Stockade, Sunday morning, December 3rd, 1854, when the government forces attacked the miners. Here, all looking for gold. This is the Eureka diggings. It's a very, it probably still is. There's all houses on it now, but it was a very rich alluvial gold field. There's still parts of the area that you can access if you want to do a bit of detecting. I know a few spots around here where I found gold. Going out and having a detect. I know people that have found gold by panning in both the Yarrawee and Canadian rivers, which basically run through town. These cannons being placed here, there's I think it's 4 of them. I should know this, I just live up the road. So you've got these cannons, dates on them 1861. There's a lot of information on those cannons. It's someone's got there and used like a some sort of punch and punched a whole heap of information on the side of those cannons if you ever wanted to get down and read it. This one here, if I'm not looking into the sun glare, I think that's 1860. A lot of information about where it came from and all the rest. So yeah, but there's a lot of things here. There's a lot of things here. People don't realise just what's here. So I'm going down the steps. We're going to have a look at one of these cannons. There's 1861. And if you have a look on the cannons, very hard for me to see the back of this screen. The sun's directly into it, but it says B. Holbert, Richmond. Someone R.H.V. Lee, Hobart. There's a heap of information. I think these have done the rounds. Yeah, I'll get on the side of it. You can have a look here. Like you can see, I'm getting sun glare. You might be able to see it on the video. There's a lot of information that has been tapped in with a punch, a hardened metal punch. So yeah, and I'll just get back a little bit further, have a look at this monument, and I'll do a walk around the whole Eureka Park. So there's the monument. Okay, as you can see, it's got very, very nicely maintained grounds here. And I should mention I am in Ballarat East in Victoria. Across over there, just past a small car park, there is a small swimming, I don't know if it's that small, there's a swimming pool set up with a couple of pools, a little water park over there, and behind that there is places to stay. There's cabins and caravans. There's very old trees here. Quick look at people having a picnic. Some water birds. I'll guess that they are, I don't know what they are, I'm not a bird expert, but it looked like something like an ibis. I'm not sure. They've also, the council here, have planted a lot of native grasses, and I think this may be native to the area back in the 1850s before it was completely overrun by development. So there's a lot of native grasses. There's that water area over there. It's a nice shaded tree shaped like an umbrella. Maybe it's an umbrella tree. There is such a thing. It's got free barbecue facilities. It's got a kids playground there, which is all based on 1850s theme of a stockade. And it even has the soldiers standing there, the ones that came in and attacked all the miners. There's a lot of things going on in this park, and just where I've just walked, I've just realised I've probably missed some really important historical, plaques and information. There's a lot of new stuff that's gone up as well. The birds here have been busy. I don't really want to read that now, but yeah. I'll walk around here. In the park as well, there is the Eureka Museum. It's got I just come from the cafe, it's a really good cafe, I tell you. And I didn't realise they actually do a lot of their own cooking in there. I discovered, I should have known this years ago, but I didn't. There was a door that was open, I looked in there, it's a commercial kitchen. And they make a lot of the food here. So, didn't know that. How's that? Anyway, more of the park. So this is a big mining area, and this lake here, I think it's more or less a memorial lake, or it could have been a small water hole back in the 1850s. I don't know the history, but the miners would have needed a water supply. Maybe this was it. Maybe this has been put in after. I don't know. Some birds chirping away. Lots of paths around here. This path here, a lot of people walk around and run around this particular lake. Probably when it's not so warm. But we'll get up to some really interesting areas. Some good plaques up here. A lot of history here. All about the gold rush that was in Ballarat. And like I say, this was a very, very rich alluvial field. Very rich. I'm probably walking over gold anyway. I think from memory, the gold was in clay around about 40 feet down. And yeah, I think a lot of this is new. Pathway of Remembrance. If you want to read that, you can just pause the video and read it. But along here, it's got plaques up for all the people that were killed in the Eureka uprising, when the government forces came to arrest the miners. I think it was on a Sunday morning, so no one would have been prepared. But there's plaques all along here. I'm not going to stop and read all the names. You know, you can have a look if you want, but they go right up here. You know, there's miners from Ireland, you know. What an Irish name, James Brown, 1825 to 1855. William Webb, Private 12th Regiment. They're just all along here, there's just paths with plaques. We'll just go under this gum tree here. A lawyer's clerk from England. These are the people that were tied up in this Eureka uprising. Another fellow, John Crow from Ireland. Edward Quinn from Ireland. Henry Powell is a miner, origin unknown. Martin Diamond, Ireland. Yeah, Thomas Parker, the blacksmith. Yeah, anyway, it just keeps going and going. You know, maybe I should take a look at all these in case anyone wants to do some historical research. You can just freeze frame it and have a look. A lot of Irish, a hell of a lot of Irish. There's a fellow from Germany, blacksmith from Germany, Thomas. Robert Julian, Canada. George Littlehales, Captain, 12th Regiment from England. So the miners copped it and so did some of the government troops. Okay, there's a sculpture here. It's a plaque. You can probably read that at your own leisure. This is a sculpture. Let's give a quick look around. I don't want to do anything in great detail, you know. You're better off coming here and looking for yourself. Up there is a Eureka flag. That's a smaller Eureka flag. Over there is a big one. Needs a bit of wind to catch that one, but that's huge, that flag over there. It's very, very tall. Okay. It's like a guided tour. Here we have, that's right, that's Robert Julian, miner from Canada. Littlehales. Now go along here, these are the ones I haven't done. Edward McGlint, Ireland. My God, there's so many Irish miners. Miner, how do you say that name? Thaddeus, Boer. Michael Mullins. Thomas O'Neill. Thomas Parker. I think I did some of these. Henry Powell, yeah, I did. But I did both sides of that road. John Robertson. Michael Roney, I think for Irish. Charles Ross from Canada. It's getting a bit warm now. It's starting to dry out. Edward Thonen, lemonade seller from Germany, caught up in the rebellion. And yeah, all these people along here, all the plaques, they all died in the Eureka rebellion. Joseph Wall from England. I'm nearly at the end. William Webb. Henry Christopher Wise, Captain, 40th Regiment, England, born in Italy. How diverse. So we're back round near the lake, and we go over here, and this symbolises from memory, the pikeman's dog, or dogs. The dogs stayed with the pikemen to help protect the stockade. And if we get round the front of it, there's one of the dogs, a bronze statue, and that is one of the pikes they used. And this is a sculpture in regards to the pikemen. So over there, that is the Eureka Museum. I could go in there and, I can go in there and film, but I don't want to. Anybody who wants to look at what's on display, it's a good display, by the way. It should come. It's not expensive to go in, and if you're a local resident of Ballarat with ID, you get in for free. Now, the cafe there, it's called Lily's, and that's where they do a lot of the home style baking. The missus just had a quiche and she thought it was absolutely brilliant. I had a cappuccino. It was the strongest cappuccino I've ever had in my life, but I love strong coffee. I asked them to make it strong, and my God, was it strong. You could have stood the spoon up in it. So there's the museum over there. It's got the original remains of the Eureka flag in there. It's huge. That big tall structure there at the top to the bottom is where they house it. It's in a glass case, and it's very, very big. It's got a whole story about the Eureka debacle. We'll call it a debacle because it shouldn't have happened. There's a big Eureka flag there. And kids' playground is there. Everyone's out in the motorbikes today. I can see them up there. Look, there we go. Out riding their choppers. What have I missed? I probably missed something. Oh, I did too. Damn. Hang on. I'll go back. I did miss a fairly substantial plaque and a big piece of rock with quartz attached that came out of one of the big mines. So you can have a look at that. I'm heading towards it now. You can see it on the screen. There you are. I don't think I showed that, the pikeman's dog, the actual little inscription there. So that's the pikeman's dog. Okay, this road here, if I checked up on the history, this is the road here. The end of this little street, tiny little street in front of me, is where the government troops were mustered and waiting to attack the diggers. And the diggers were at the far end of the park, at the distance where those cannons are. If history is correct, if it's been recorded correctly. Anyway, oh, it's a big rock here, but this one's probably more interesting, to prospectors. I'll get on that, I'll walk around it. You can see the quartz that was mined here, the type of quartz. Very, very, well, it's very fractured. I don't know if it was done by blasting or natural formations, but lots of pockets. A very good host for gold. And we'll get around, I'll get around on this so we can have a look. And there's a picture. Someone actually did a painting of the event. I don't know if too much sun glare on it, but I can't do anything about that. There you go. They called it the Eureka Slaughter, 3rd of December 1854. It was a watercolour purchase with the assistance of many donors. So it's in the art gallery here. and an eyewitness view by a young Canadian digger. So I hope that doesn't get too sun faded. It's only a reproduction of the original watercolour, but you never know. Okay, the battle at the Eureka stockade. I'll just go down this slowly so you can zoom in and freeze frame it and read it. I hope I don't move too fast. I hope you can read faster than what I'm going down here. I can't see the screen on the back of the camera, so I hope I'm getting it all. You can always freeze frame it and have a read. But yeah, that's one hell of a big piece of basalt. Lots of holes and cracks through it. So I think I've covered most of the park. That's the back end of the park. There's a car park here at the back, which a lot of people don't know about. So if you come in the back way, you come in off Charlesworth Street, you can access the back car park. As you can see, not many cars. And the front car park's near the children's playground, and all the waterworks over there can be a bit full. So yeah, it's a very, very historical but very nice area, and Ballarat is full of historical, well, we've got the Eureka Museum here. There's art galleries with a lot of very, very early artworks. You've got the Botanical Gardens, which is absolutely amazing. It's full of very old American redwood trees that were brought over in the 1850s and 60s, and they're huge. We've got a fish farm here. We've got the main street of Ballarat's basically full of heritage buildings, much like it was, in the late 1800s. So you go down the main street of Ballarat and it looks very, very historic. The one thing I hate is the Commonwealth Bank building, because it's an absolute eyesore, a big glass monstrosity in the middle of a historic area. And I've been, every time I've been seeing that since, the first time I come through Ballarat, it's probably, well, I've been to Sovereign Hill. Sovereign Hill's a really good tourist attraction, by the way, and you look it up on the internet. It's a complete gold town, 1850s. It's got a lot of things in there. It's even got an American hotel. You can go and have a lunch or a dinner. You can stay there as well. There's a lot of things. I haven't been in there for a while, but yeah, they do tours. There's actually a gold mine tour, and I've been in that, and they got gold, left on Quartz Reef, because it was a reef mine, and you can see all that. You go underground. It's a very interesting place. There's just too much to think about. And a lot of the area too is basically open Crown land. You're allowed to go and prospect on it. You can go into the Canadian forest and you can prospect to your heart's content. All you need is a miner's right. I think last I renewed mine for I can't remember what it was. Was it 5 years or 10 years? It was cheap. It was $10 or $15 or something. Wasn't very much. Yeah, I was walking up towards the playground, which is done up as a fort. Got some slides and climbing bits and all sorts. There's depictions of the soldiers. Where's the miners? So yeah, you go under here, bit of a tube. And there's a water park over there. There's the front car park. That's a holiday village, you can stay there. Just walk out the door and come and explore the museum. So there's a tiny part of Ballarat. And it was absolutely a substantial, very early alluvial goldfield. It's amazing, you look at the picture here, and in 1850s, this was covered with miners digging holes. You know, it's hard to fathom. The gold ran all the way between Victoria Street and Eureka Street. That's Eureka Street there. And way over there's Victoria Street. And if you have a look, there's open grounds, which, you know, I think possibly might be private property. You'd have to ask permission, but, you know, you can go and have a look-see if you ask. And, you know, it's funny because one of the areas that really intrigues me, it runs along a street called Fortune Street. I wonder what they called it that for. And it's been called that since the 1850s. So there goes a big bucket of water dumping on the kids. So yeah, that's a bit of history on Ballarat. There's that flag up there, the Eureka flag. So yeah, it's nice layout here. Doesn't cost anything to come in here. Probably costs you a few bucks to go into the museum, but it's well worth it. Anyone with a interest in gold should pop along and have a look. Ballarat Central is full of nice restaurants. You've got just about every food you can think of. There's so many different cuisines from all over the world. There's plenty of Thai, Chinese, Spanish, you know, just whatever, Indian. There's a nice Indian restaurant just up there in that direction actually. I've been there before. It's called the Indian Grill. I can highly recommend that. And yeah, so this is Ballarat East. Well, it's getting pretty hot now. It's well over 26 degrees. I think she's getting on to about 30 Celsius now. Yeah, and a very, very slight breeze. So yeah, I'm probably going to be red as a beetroot. Got no sunscreen on or anything, no hat. So I'll leave it there. And yeah, catch us later.